Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping right into Dr. Isaiah Drone Three's truly transformative 100 and Beyond program. We're going to completely rethink how we support and educate our youth. Because let's be honest, in today's fast-paced world, students need so much more than just academic knowledge, right? They need resilience, they need purpose, and they need the absolute confidence to push way past the limits that society, or even they themselves, might have set. So we're unpacking a framework today that literally replaces the fear of failure with confidence and turns disengagement into immense purpose. Let's get into it. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with burning the deficit script, move into positive youth development, break down the LCN framework, look at high-leverage teaching moves, and wrap up with building a lasting legacy. All right, Section 1, burning the deficit script, shifting the paradigm. So think about the current infrastructure of modern education for a second. Honestly, it's often fundamentally flawed. There is just this stark contrast between simply managing a student's terminal deficiencies and actually building resilient, future-ready kids. The traditional deficit-based model basically looks at students and asks, what are you missing? It hyper-focuses on achievement gaps, behavioral infractions, and socioeconomic barriers, and then it builds interventions just to patch those holes. But the 100 and Beyond program, it literally burns that script. It argues for an asset-based model instead. This means we completely stop looking at students as problems to be fixed, and instead we view them as having this infinite potential just waiting to be unleashed. It's a massive, profound shift from fixing to building. Moving right along to Section 2, positive youth development, a new mindset. To actually build that asset-based culture we just talked about, we need a critical mindset shift. Enter positive youth development, or PYD. This moves our entire philosophy from asking what is wrong with you to what is right with you. Historically, youth programs were all about single problem prevention, just trying to reduce substance abuse or lower dropout rates. Well, PYD expands that drastically. It's a resiliency-focused strategy. It's all about dynamically co-creating character and identity right alongside the student. You're building positive assets within them, giving them the social and emotional skills they need to navigate high school well before they ever hit a crisis point. Now, the really crucial point here is that PYD isn't just some abstract theory. On the ground, it looks like actively cultivating 5 very specific traits to act as a protective covering for students. We call them the 5 C's: competence, confidence, connection, character, and caring. When educators and mentors actively foster these 5 C's, they essentially form a shield around the developing mind. Like Dr. Drone points out, you are covering those young people, so they are protected while they're just trying to figure things out. It's about creating that safe environment so they can actually grow into these traits. And it all really boils down to this core equation. True connection is the primary safety net within any campus culture. It takes deep intention, positive experiences, plus supportive relationships, and healthy environments equal positive youth development. The trust and cooperation you earn from making a positive connection with a student, that's going to play out in absolutely every single aspect of the school day. You simply cannot achieve this kind of growth in a vacuum. This naturally leads into the brokenness to healing approach. We have to acknowledge that young people, especially in under-resourced communities, carry a whole lot of obstacles into the classroom with them. You can't just address the intellectual side and call it a day. You have to support their psychological, physical, and spiritual needs to mend the whole student and build true resiliency. Helping them thrive means recognizing that building their independence and giving them emotional support are just as vital as the academic instruction itself. Let's jump into Section 3, the LCN framework, Engine for Success. So what is the engine actually driving the 100 and Beyond program? It's the LCN framework. The L stands for leadership, and it's purposefully constructed in 3 powerful layers to rebuild and protect at-risk youth. It starts right at the inner core with authenticity-based leadership. This is teaching students to lead from a place of genuine honesty and self-awareness. Then, we build the middle layer, strength-based leadership. This is where you focus on developing their natural abilities. For example, instead of harping on a student's weakness, you might channel their highly talkative nature into joining the debate team. Finally, the outer circle is servant-based leadership, which emphasizes empathy and community contribution. This layered approach is absolutely vital for helping youth who've experienced trauma to bounce back and adapt positively. Next up is creativity. And actually, scratch that. It's not just about art or music. Here, creativity means teaching flexible thinking and creating new neural pathways by sticking to really difficult tasks. In the 100 and Beyond program, creativity is about adopting a rigorous growth mindset. It's teaching students that their intelligence and their skills actually grow through effort. When they push through a frustrating math problem or navigate a tricky social situation, they are quite literally rewiring their brains. In this kind of culture, hard work is deeply valued. Mistakes are just seen as data for improvement, and perseverance, that is heavily celebrated. The final piece of the framework is networking. This is all about equipping students to communicate professionally and safely navigate our modern digital landscape. Because let's face it, in today's hyper-connected world, informal communication, like the grapevine or gossip, can cause some serious damage. This program teaches students exactly how information moves, how to communicate clearly without misinterpretation, and vitally, how to protect themselves online. Having strong networking skills empowers these kids to actively seek out mentorships and build healthy, supportive peer groups. All right, Section 4, High Leverage Teaching Moves, the Toolkit. So we've talked philosophy, but you wouldn't ask someone to fly a plane after just reading a manual, right? Let's get into the actionable toolkit for educators. Here are the top 5 power moves of teaching that yield the absolute highest return on investment. First, clear learning intentions. Students need to know exactly what the target is. Second, scaffolding and modeling. This means breaking complex tasks down and narrating the mental process out loud. Third, high-quality feedback. It needs to be specific and actionable, not just a generic pat on the back. Fourth, real-time checks for understanding, to gauge comprehension way before the actual test. And fifth, explicit vocabulary instruction, because honestly, academic language is so often the gatekeeper to mastering content. If you look at how this breaks down, you can see exactly how these high-leverage practices translate directly into tangible student success. Notice how modeling focuses on the process that reduces the student's cognitive load. Meanwhile, high-quality feedback is entirely about improvement, which directs the student's future effort. Checks for understanding, or CFUs, focus on immediate assessment so the teacher can pivot right then and there if the class is lost. And scaffolding provides the necessary support to build up student confidence. And here's a huge takeaway. Doing just 2 of these deeply and consistently is way better than trying to do all of them superficially. And finally, Section 5, Building a Lasting Legacy. At the end of the day, consistent positive mentorship and active listening are the ultimate protective shields we can offer disadvantaged youth. Whether a student is out in a rural setting or right in the middle of a bustling urban center, having positive role models is critical. Mentorship programs, whether they are in schools, churches, or recreation centers, provide the accurate assessment, the honest feedback, and the relentless encouragement that young people desperately need. It truly takes buy-in from parents, teachers, and caregivers to empower a student's personal growth. I want to share this incredibly powerful daily affirmation from Dr. Drone. He says, "I was created with a purpose. I am strong, resilient, and courageous. Every fiber in my bones will be and shall be successful." He uses this exact affirmation every single morning with his students. It completely reframes brokenness. It grounds the students in their personal values and shifts their mindset toward an internal standard of excellence. It reminds them that they aren't just taking up space. They are here on this planet for a distinct purpose. It completely replaces the fear of failure with an absolute declaration of success. They literally stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start declaring, "Watch me do this." So I leave you with this final provocative question based on everything we've explored today. Will you continue fixing what's broken, or will you use those jagged edges to design a legacy of infinite potential? True educational leadership requires the courage to stop looking backward at what a student lacks. By acknowledging every break and hardship as a valuable pillar, we can absolutely turn the jagged edges of yesterday into the foundational lines of a brilliant blueprint for tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep building that legacy.